Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are back. We are back. So let us do question 7.4. Question 7.4 of learning unit 7. Okay. And let's see what they are asking there. Actually, before I label this, let's do this. So I don't need to redo this at a later point in future. Oops, don't know what I did there. Okay, there we go. And then let's label this here. Right, super stuff. So question 7.4, it says, using the information provided in the following table, calculate the following. The ratio of exchange of shares, okay? And this I've added on, okay? It's obviously not in your textbook, but just to make our lives easier, I've added on. What is the formula for the ratio of exchange of shares? It is the price that we offered the target company that we're looking to acquire, divided by the market share price of our company that is doing the acquiring. All right. So ratio of exchange of shares, because remember, we're basically exchanging our shares for them to give us their shares and in effect give us control and shareholding of their company so as to merge it with ours. Okay, so you don't even need to really cram this formula. When you think ratio of exchange of shares, you're basically saying the price offered, all right, for a share in the target company, the company we are buying, divided by the market share price of our company that is doing the merging or the acquiring of the next company, right? So that's the first thing that they want. Okay, so maybe let's just deal with that first, since we have broken down that concept quite nicely. So before we go on, it says using the information provided in the following table. So what information have they provided? Acquisition number. Okay, so we've got different acquisitions. Okay, then market share price of the acquiring company. Okay, they've given it to us. Then market share price of the target company. Then there's the price offered per share of the targeted company. Okay, this is what we have offered. For the first acquisition, we offered the shareholders 30. Can you see? We offered them 30, but their share price is only worth 26. It's attractive. We're trying to incentivize them to hand over control. Okay, so first part, the ratio of exchange of shares. Okay. So we've been given this information. This is given to us. Market share price of the acquiring. It's this here. So that's a copy and paste. Right. Then we come to price offered per share of the targeted company. Okay. We've been given that information. So it's copy and paste. So 30, then 100, then 70. Okay. And now we must apply this formula here to get the exchange ratio, because that's what we are looking for, isn't it? So let me plug that in here. Okay. Right. So for the first one, we're saying the price is 30. Okay. The market share price of our company, the acquiring company, is 54. So the ratio is 0.56, because we're going to leave it at 2 decimals. So 0.56. We go to the second one. The price is 100. Our market share price is, the price offered is 100. Our share price on the market is 85. So here, 1.18. Okay, then the next one. We are offering them 70 Rand per share. Okay. And then ours is 42. Okay. So this is 1.67. Okay, right. So that's the first part. That's the first part. Let's see what are they asking in the second part. Here they say the market price exchange ratio. So this was just the ratio for exchange of shares. This is now the market price exchange ratio. And which market price exchange ratio are we looking at? Or which market price, share price are we looking at? Because you could also call this market share price exchange ratio. It's the same thing, okay? We're talking about the market price exchange ratio of the acquiring company, all right? How much of our shares are we offering in relation to the number of shares of the targeted company, okay? How much? And this is what we were playing around with in question 7.3, okay? So let's take this formula because we're going to use it now. I'm going to highlight this one. No, I want to use a different color. I'm going to use a different color. Let me use a different one I haven't used before. So let's copy this again. Okay, and come down here to this next section. Okay, and then, okay, so we want to calculate what? The market price ratio of exchange. Okay, right. So what do we need? We need the market share price of the acquiring company times the exchange ratio. We have the market share price. They gave it to us. Sorry, it's this one. They gave it to us at the beginning of the question. It was given. Okay. Then the exchange ratio, right? We calculated it here in this question. Okay. Right? We calculated this thing. Isn't it? So we then simply copy and paste. Here it was 0.56, 1.18, and finally 1.67. Now that we have that, we then say to ourselves, to calculate the exchange ratio, market price, exchange ratio, we know it's the market share of the acquiring company times the exchange ratio. So 1 times 3. So let's quickly then calculate that. So 54 times 0.56. You got 30. Okay, let me actually just do all of them and then we will plug in the amounts. Then here we have 85 times 1.18 gives us what? Okay, and then the last one, 42 times 1.67 gives us what? Okay, so here we have it, 30.24, 100.3 cents, 70.14. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exercise 7.4. 7.4.